shit, they tryna step to me. Cop that off the line, no pink slip. Can't get next to me. Can't be rented, it's a trap house.
Welcome back to another episode of Different by Default. I'm your host. My name is Kyle. Before I even start the episode, I want to continue to thank you guys for subscribing, getting your friends involved with Different by Default, putting the name out there. What is today? We have 3 special guests. We got Email, we got Hervé, and we got JJ.
It's been very hard to get them.
Alright, so today's topic, we're just going to be talking about, some of the L's that we have taken in life, I'm pretty sure you guys out there, someone or you yourself have, taken an L or,
Major L. Major L.
So, I'm going to start with, what is one thing that you wish you could do over?
One thing I wish I could do over. I mean, there's a lot of things I wish I could do over in life. I feel like it goes for everybody. I would say my expenses. I wish I can go back and not purchase some things.
But the
I feel
BMW?
Nah. You see, the BMW was a joy purchase, a fresh out of school purchase. It was like, I've been working so hard. I wish I waited a little bit longer because the price of the car went down. But other than that, I'm very happy with my car. So I'm very, very pleased. As most people would say. I think that would be probably my thing. Expenses. What about you, June?
For me, I would want to start school all over again from the beginning. I swear, I'm talking about from kindergarten, not preschool. Especially with how I was thinking about stuff. If I actually went and committed to it, I would have definitely seen more improvement.
That's good.
Email?
I agree. If I could do it all over again, I definitely would. Because it's I feel like when I was younger, I was just going there to go. It's
just attending.
Yeah, you just attending, and you go to college just because you're I guess this is what I'm supposed to do. But it's I didn't have any sense of purpose for real. Just just going to go. So I feel now with this mindset, I wish I could do it all over again.
I would have did less schoolwork the right way.
Said less schoolwork the right way.
Yeah,
he got
I will do
ChatGPT now.
Yeah.
You got group chats. It's crazy.
But I was just saying, I would still do my schoolwork, but I'll be trying to work on what's outside of school because a lot of the stuff I still to this day agree that some of that stuff was useless. But I mean, yeah, some of that stuff was useless, bro, whether you like it or not. And I could have definitely been working on other stuff while doing that because when you at that age, you got so much time.
That's true.
Definitely agree with that.
One thing I would definitely do over is school. I would definitely go back, redo it, high school over, take the right classes instead of just going where everybody else was going. Because oh yeah, my boy in this class, this easy, But
I don't know. I never liked school, so I wouldn't do it again.
I definitely
School definitely had its lessons, though. Yeah. Definitely had its lessons.
For sure.
I definitely would have hooped.
Ray looking at me, he ready for me to
I feel like the bulk of your L's come from school.
Both of my L's come from school. I need to speak into the mic, bro. First off, I went to trade school first, and it was a great experience, honestly. I didn't pay nothing for trade school, the program that I went to, and so I already knew I would double back. That was my dream school, but I got to. First off, I went to Essex first, bro. We gonna be here all day. I'm gonna condense it. I'm gonna get because the trauma's coming out of me right now. But with school, it's not that I regret it, because I did the things. I worked full time while I was in school. By the grace of God, paid everything down while I was in school and everything. I'm still in school. I'm Lord willing, I'm on my last semester. Jesus. Well, second to last. I might have to do a summer course, but I'm almost there. But with school, or most things in life, I feel like I don't necessarily regret it, because I feel like all the lessons that I learned brought me to the point where I'm at now. So it's annoying you know, I've dealt with teachers that just gave me grades just because they didn't like me, or I come to class in sweats, or I ain't talking. You know, I'm just in and out. But, you know, I think it's taught me a lot, and I don't know who I would be if I didn't have those lessons. You know what I'm saying? So, like, while it is an L, like, I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? Because I just don't know the other side of it. You know, if everything went perfect, who's to say I'd be like someone who would like cherish these moments? You know what I'm saying? Or cherish like the blessings that come my way. I might have been wilding out. Who knows? If I finished school way earlier than I anticipated. So, but yeah, that's just me. When it comes to school, there you go.
It's funny. Think about what I would do differently. I don't say what I would do differently is the things that I used to do. You know, like in school, you got to ride the wave. Like everybody's doing a certain thing, you kind of got to do it too. And for me, it would be like how to take offense. So somebody disrespect me, I gotta come right back. You know? Like girl or boy, like I gotta come right back. That's funny. I still remember a moment. A girl that I used to date in high school. You know, the breakups are always hard. The breakups are always messy. So when we broke up, it wasn't even because of me. It's because of Dua. Dua had said something. And it got back to her. And then she got mad. So she like put me on blast. But she had bought me like a rugby. Like the polo rugbies back in the day. Mm-hmm. So everybody was like, "Oh, Eman, what you gonna do? What you gonna do?" The next day I came to school with everything she got me. I came with the rugby. I came with everything. At lunchtime, I just pulled up like it was good. Everybody was like, I got the rugby on everything. And then to me, I'm thinking back at things, I'm like, yo, what was I really doing? Like, you're just trying to prove something. It's always like, if somebody do something to me, I gotta do it right back. So one thing I would definitely do over is sometimes I don't have to respond to, I would say, disrespect or offense. So that's definitely one thing I do differently or do over again.
I can definitely see where you're coming from. That I feel like our generation now, we're a clapback generation.
Yeah.
Like we're not gonna sit silent. More so, I would say older styles are gonna be like, hey, maybe I won't say anything. But now, oh yeah, we for sure gonna say something.
You said what?
You said what?
I guess since we on the school thing, do you feel like any of y'all were intimidated by like the coursework or like the heavy math or the heavy science, like all that stuff?
Nah,
When I took accounting, yeah.
Yo, intimidated. I feel like everybody be intimidated. Yo, it's crazy because like I've been in classes with people. I'm taking Cal 3 right now, and you know, there's some people that get the material. Like they were just born with that gift. They just understand material. You don't got to repeat it.
Yeah.
But then you got those people like me. Where I be sitting in class, I'm like, I don't know what this guy's saying. Like I'm just gonna have to like go home and reteach myself everything that he claims he taught me, type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I can't even disrespect my teacher like that. But it's one of those things where it's like sometimes you have imposter syndrome in these spaces, especially when it comes to school, because you think like everybody go to school is smart. It's like, yo, first of all, there's people that got a whole system of cheating. Like what you said, like there's a whole these people are professional cheaters. They just know how to get it done.
And it's generational because the notes are getting passed down.
It's getting passed down, and it's getting
crazy.
better and better now with the internet and everything like that. And sometimes you talk to people in your class, and it's like you realize like they don't know the material either. Like they're kind of like putting on a face. You know what I'm saying? So I think sometimes, kind of like what you were saying, like when it comes to taking L, sometimes you just don't want to be that guy that like I took an L, so you put on his front like, bro, I got it, bro, I'm straight, like, or you do everything you can to prove that like I will not take this L.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I do, somebody gonna have to pay for it. But it's like in doing that, you kind of like dig yourself into a deeper hole because like in terms of school, if you need help but you don't ask for help, or if you don't like find out the resources where you can get help, like who's really losing at the end of the day? You know what I'm saying? So
I think that was like one of the major L's that I took, because growing up in East Orange, when it got time to go to high school, my dad was like, yo, you're not going to campus. So it's like he had to find something else. So the only thing that was free and like close was Bloomfield Tech. It's a Votech school, and it's not really focused on academics. So, you know, honestly, I made it through high school straight off like, yo, I just did the work. You know, I didn't really have to apply myself. But when I got to college and I get to my first science class and my first lab, and then they talking about like, you know, pull out the Erlenmeyer flask and everybody pulling it out, and I'm just like, I don't even know what that is. So it's just like that right there. It like intimidated me because I'm like, dang, I don't know nothing. And it's not like I wasn't bright or intelligent. Like I never tapped into my potential. It was like I feel like I feel like it's a Bobo versus Wemby. Like Bobo is very like he's like this raw talent, and then you got Wemby who's very like
A little more seasoned.
He's a little more seasoned, a little more developed. And I feel like it was the same way for me. I had all of this undeveloped potential and talent, and like the first moment where I'm like, yo, I'm not on the same like league as these people. I kind of shrunk back, and then so
I'm not gonna hold you. That's crazy. Like the first thing, everybody else pulling out, you looking. Nah, that's a little crazy.
yeah, you really like, yo,
I'll be like,
what
oh
is it?
shit, I'm not supposed to be here.
I said I'm out.
That's a great point, though. I think sometimes you take certain L's and it's like certain L's. I don't know about all L's, but certain L's bring something out of you, like that you didn't know you had. Because to me, Hervé one of the smartest people I know. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Like for him to be telling that story, I'm like, that's kind of crazy. But it does something to you where like you take an L and it's like, all right, how do you respond back to what happened? Like, are you gonna fold, or are you gonna like level up in any way possible? Like whatever that looks like in that particular situation.
Yeah, I agree on that.
To kind of piggyback off of something you said earlier, you were like, hey, you won't know where you would be if you never went through some of your L's or some of your biggest L's. So what are your biggest L's? What is your biggest L?
I don't have a biggest L, man, and the L's is like
Different
there's so many
levels to the
categories of
L's.
L's. You know what I'm saying? Like, but for me, I feel like I got a story. All right, let me say this. So like one of the things that I was most passionate about growing up was football, like playing football. One of the things I'm passionate about now is God, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, or my faith. So what happened was like, this was the beginning of like my love for football and my faith clashing with each other. And I didn't realize it at the time, but as I look back on it, I'm like, dag. So, yo, if I'm talking too much, let me know. All right. So I'm gonna try to condense it though.
Got you.
But so I remember particularly, this had to have been like my junior or senior year. So my coaches, they knew I was athletic, but they didn't know where to put me. Like they just didn't trust me because I was athletic on one hand because I just played street ball all day. But on the other hand, like when it comes to organized sports, it's a completely different ball game because now you got plays, you got to remember stuff. I don't remember nothing, bro. I don't got good memory at all. So part of the reason I was still in school, right? But so I remember one time they had this meeting. It was a team meeting. We was talking, and they was like, "Yo," so I'm a backup safety at the time. They was like, we want to put the backup safety in, but we feel like the starting safety is better than the backup safety standing still. And the whole room was like,
What?
you could like basically he's saying like the starting safety is better than me standing still. Like that's basically like he's disrespecting me.
Yeah,
Like
that's
wow,
crazy.
crazy.
That's-
Like,
that's a
it
little
was so
bit
wild that everybody was kind of like I even looked around like, yo, did I hear that right? So like I'm watching him and I'm like, I don't get it. Like what is he talking about right now? And so this is where my faith come in, right? So during that time period, I was learning in church that your body is a temple, right? So if you translate that to football, at least like a young, like somebody in the faith, I'm thinking like that. I can't really like smack these dudes. Like I can't really lay these dudes out because I'm gonna kill them. Like type junk. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't stocky as a kid, but like I had some muscle on me or whatever. And like to them or my coaches, maybe they thought that was soft. But for me, I'm battling like, dag, like who am I right now? Like it was like an identity crisis. And I said that was one of my biggest L's because number one, he disrespected me in front of mad people. Going back to what you said, I don't know if I've taken that today. I'm not gonna say, I don't know if I'm taking that today. And it's not even about me trying to prove something to somebody. There's just like certain ways to go about conveying a certain message. And to me, I feel like that was mad inappropriate. You know what I'm saying? And like I didn't say nothing, but some of my teammates pulled me aside like, yo, don't, like we know what you about. Like we know you could hit all that stuff. Like we know you could play. But for me, I was like, that wasn't enough because like he really disrespected me. And it's crazy because the reason why I say that's an L2 is because the way I didn't realize that my coaches were actually trying to put me in position to be better, but I was fumbling the bag. Like one of the things, they was moving me around in different positions. They put me at corner. They put me at punt return for a little bit. And I wasn't taking it seriously because, again, I didn't know the game. So, like, fast forward to now, like, I was looking back like, all right, this is not really their fault because on one end I was very ignorant, but on the other end it's like I didn't ask for, like, this going back to what we said, like I didn't ask for help. I didn't act like I needed the help. I just act like, oh, like I'm athletic, I know what I'm about, So just, put me on. And it's like, it don't really work like that. You know what I'm saying? So they couldn't take all the blame, even though I wanted them to take all the blame. The only thing I did say I blamed him for was just how he did that little thing in front of everybody. But that's not my major L, but that's one of the things that stuck with me, because now in life, again, if somebody disrespect me, there's ways I'm gonna go about it. I may not stand for it, but I may not curse you. I don't know. Depends on the situation. I don't like to talk like I would never do nothing, because you never know what you would never do. You know what I'm saying? So that situation comes up.
You would never do. That's a
so, like, but yeah, that's pretty much the short version of what I'm trying to say. But the reason why I said my faith came into play, because I was really in my head about, how should I carry myself as a human being? Because in that moment, I wanted to clap back, but I'm like, I also learned in church that you gotta love your enemy, da 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 da. But it's really a like a growing pains, like with these things, where you really have to understand like the context, and you gotta understand there's limitations to stuff. Like, Jesus. People think like just because you're a Christian you solve. Please don't think that, because you will get knocked out by a Christian and say, "Oh, God don't love you." Nah, it's not like that. It's just
God gave you straight.
Like when we talk about God, like that Jesus was the lion and the lamb. He had times where he was flipping tables, and he had times where he was comforting people. So, but yeah, that's pretty much one of my major L's.
It's funny. Speaking of church, well, I got two major L's. Well, one is playful, one is not playful. The playful one happened in church. You remember, I'm not gonna say no names. When I was younger, this was during like communion. Lost and Sin was in the building. A girl had smacked me in my face in front of everybody. Literally. And it was like that. I picked up a chair because I was about to I'm not about to take this L. She smacked me in my face. I was like, nah, this is not about to happen. So I was about to hit her with the chair, high key. So that's a playful one, but I didn't hit her. The serious one though, high key, this was a serious one was I had first got my first car. I got a Honda Accord Coupe. You know when you get your first car, you just have that joy, you just have that excitement. I'm about to just pull up everywhere. So I'm riding with my girlfriend at the time. And I ran a stop sign. And then we got in an accident. Like full on collision. But the car had hit her side. But by the grace of God, she was we were fine. But just the fact that, like, I put someone else in that position, it's like, it's not just me in the car. And then the car was totaled, got to go through, when you get in a car accident, insurance going to call you, all this, that, and the third. And part of me is like,
send you mail.
Yeah, exactly. And then her family got to get involved because, I got your daughter in an accident. Then my parents going to be like, what are you doing? Like, then you got to go find a new car. I'm like, bro, like, I just spent my money on this car. And I'm just like, bro, what really just happened? And I just thought to myself, bro, I ain't never doing this ever again. Like driving, I don't want to say I drove recklessly, but just the fact that I got that new car, it just came up into my head like, bro, like I'm it right now. Like I'm him. I got the car, I got the girl. I'm like, bro, I'm living life. But then I feel like the Lord just put me right back where I need to be. He's like, humble yourself, bro, because anything is possible at any given time. So yeah, I got smacked. I'll never forget the smack. I still feel that thing to this day. I can feel the impact of it. Like, and then this car accident, that just changed everything. I feel like car accidents really be changing life, bro. You start to think about life differently. Right. Like, it could be gone in a second, the blink of an eye. But yeah, those is my two major L's.
Following up with cars, it's not my biggest L, but I just had to bring it up. This is when I first had my car, and I got finessed by this Jamaican dude because I parked in this tight behind like alleyway, but there was cars, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna help you back up. When I finally wanted to leave, I'm backing up, and I'm looking like, I'm not gonna clear his mirror. So I hit his mirror, right? But it was dingling. But like the way it fell off, first, I'm not even going 5 miles. Like I'm slowly going back. And the way it fell off, I'm like, I don't think I really, knocked it off. I think it was kind of like that. But I wasn't trying to tell my parents. So he was like $250 for a mirror that was still kind of attached, something that he could have put back on. But, at that time, I wasn't trying to tell my parents and stuff. He had my license plates. The camera was there. I'm over here thinking like, nah, bro, I ain't trying to make this go to the police and stuff. So I ended up giving him $250 for a mirror that he probably could have got for $40 in the store for himself.
Probably left the mirror too.
And the worst thing about it is, and this is how I knew he was disrespectful.
Wait, it was his car that you hit?
I hit his mirror, and what you call it? When I gave him when I pulled up to give him the $250, before I gave him the money, like I seen him, I'm like, hey yo. this man would scratch his nuts to try to dap me up. I'm like, yo, what's wrong with you, bro? And like people be doing that because that's not the first time I see people do that. I don't know why, but they subconsciously do that thing. I'm about to dap your hand. Like, nah. I'm like, bro, I'm not about to dap your hand. You just had it in nuts. Oh, my fault. He like got the 250. I gave it to him. And I went about my way, and I'll just leave. I'm like, I know I got finesse. Bro. And this all would have been solved if I talked to my dad. 'Cause my dad would have said, "Oh, we're not paying him. You should have called the police."
Straight up.
Yeah, I do that now. Like if I was ever in that situation, no, you didn't want to call the police. I'm going ahead. If I ain't trying to have my insurance go up.
Major L I took was probably senior year. Senior was the biggest L I took because I used to go to prom, and then like a month later they took my prom away because I ain't like I ain't do nothing. I was just like.
But they said you can't go to prom?
Yeah. This guy had a whole promposal.
Yo, I had a whole bro.
We don't talk about it, man. We don't talk about it.
Yo, okay. So, okay. I wanted to go to prom. I was like, yo, all my boys going to prom, and they all doing promposals in school. I'm like, alright. I don't really care about that. Like, I was never flashy in high school. I was never like, the type to just walk up, pose up. Nah, that was never me. So one day I was like, yo, I do want to go to prom. So I know who I wanted to go to prom with. So the first time I asked her, I asked her like it was like a casual day. I was like, yo, yeah, we going to my prom. Okay. She, like, jokingly, she was like, yo, that's not a promposal. And then whatever. I'm like, all right. So I went home and I was like, dang. Like, it was on the back of my head. It kept knocking like, oh, that wasn't a promposal. So I'm like, all right, you know what? Just ignore it. So went to school the next day and I think this was God. He was like, yo, grab the purple paper, bro. You gonna need a promposal. I'm like, all right, grabbed it. So I asked a friend to do the poster, and mind you, everything was so last minute on Sunday. Like, people looking at me on Sunday like, yo, this was well prepared. JJ was about with this, though. It was last minute. It was super last minute.
This happened after service?
No, Sunday school.
It was after Sunday school. It was so last minute. Cause I woke up that literal morning. I was like, yo, am I just gonna walk in with a poster, or do I want to walk in with flowers? I was like, and I was just stuck. I was just stuck there for like 2 hours thinking about it, and I was like, yeah, let me just walk in with flowers. So I asked her a friend. I was like, yo, what's her favorite candy? Found the favorite candy, pulled up. Didn't know what was gonna go on. Before I could even like say anything, before I could even walk in the room, like it was just screaming. I'm just like, oh my God. It was crazy. But yeah, the promposal went off great. Like, after that, it was just like a couple months into it. She's like, she buys her dress, she does this, she does all this. And then I'm like, all right, cool. It's my turn to go get the suit. I'm going to go get the suit. And I'm chilling. And so it's like senior pictures. And it was like, I had senior pictures, senior cookout. Like, I can't go to the senior cookout. They told me like 2 weeks ago, they're like, yeah, you can't go. I'm like, all right, cool. I didn't want to go anyway, bro. I want to go home. So we take the senior pictures, and then they tell us to move to the back. So me being me, I'm like, all right, I guess I gotta go through the back, like with the whole class of 2019. I was supposed to leave with them. They was just they was telling the people for the cookout to leave out through the back. So I'm with everybody. I'm like, all right, like I've been out here for a minute. Like, let me just go home. So I leave out through the back gate. They see me. They're like, yo, you're not even supposed to be here. Why you here? I'm like, bro, I'm trying to go home. So they was like, yeah, nah. You know what? My office tomorrow. So I'm in the office the next day. He's like, yo, you can't go to prom. I'm like, nah, I gotta go to prom, bro. I'm like, it's over. I gotta go to prom. I'll do anything. Like, all right. He's like, what? You gotta write me a page, like 2-page essay why you should go to prom. I'm like. Came back 2-page essay in a binder. Like, I bought the binder. Like, no. Like, just for that. Gave it to him. He read it in my face. He was like, yo, you made some great points. Like, I mess with your essay. Like, and he's real hood. So he's like, yo, what's your essay? Like, you got it. I'm like, word? I'm like, so I can go to prom? Nah.
Oh.
I'm like, yo, you read right here that she bought her dress already. He's like, I know. All right, so on the first page, it said I did a proposal. He's like, I know. I'm like, yo, you playing? Like, I can go, right? No.
Wow.
Like, go refund your tickets and go tell the girl to go, like, send the dress back because you can't go. I'm like,
Wow.
I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, vice
Wait,
principal.
you was bad in school or something? Like,
No.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When you
So
told
why-
me that
what was the
crazy.
reason why you couldn't go?
Bro, because I wasn't supposed to be at the cookout. So I'm at the cookout. They see me at the cookout. They're automatically like, yo, we got to take away your last 2 senior activities.
Dang.
So they took away my senior trip. They took away my prom.
That's
Like,
wild.
That's
I
wild.
was
Wait.
like, bro.
The only way to leave is through the back where they had the cookout. So
Yeah,
it's
so
like,
that's the only way I can go
and mind
home.
you, at that point, all the scenes was excused. So it's like there's nowhere for you to go but leave out the back. Like there's no more class for y'all. I might as well just leave out the back, and
So I'm just.
that's grimy.
Yeah.
He said,
Yo.
I would have seen his desk; it would have been wiped off. It was everything, bro.
And, that wasn't even like the biggest part of the L. The biggest part of the L is that I had to see the girl at church that same night, that same Friday night at 7. And I was just like, yeah. So I'm like, yo, it's over. So
she was able to return the dress?
She found another date.
Nah, she kept the dress.
She found a date, or she just went by herself.
And she wasn't. We didn't go to the same school, so it wasn't really her prom. It was
So,
mine.
yeah.
That's even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was this.
She was a senior though,
Yeah.
so she could have used that for her prom.
No. Her prom. She was telling me about her prom. Like it was like something about like she didn't like how the school prom was, and she wanted to go to a different prom at a different school. So like, that's still become my prom.
That's crazy.
But
Yeah.
yeah, major L.
No problem. Prom was like a wedding day for you,
Bro.
high school. So
That's crazy.
I was so mad, bro. I was so mad, and then it came to the point like where you got to pick up your official diploma like in the summer. So I went to school, picked up my official diploma. He's there. He's like, yo. I'm like, shake my hand, bro. like, get my diploma, bro. I'm not trying to be here. You took away my prom. He was like, yo, I thought it was water under the bridge. You graduated. I'm like, nah.
that's crazy.
I'm like,
That's crazy.
That was your moment to shine. I was just spazzing. I would say everything I wanted to say, man. F
Like,
you, blah blah
yo.
blah, bro.
Wow.
whatever. I'm so mad.
My biggest L. I think it's my biggest L I take. So I wrestled in high school. You know what I'm saying? I wrestled and played football. So I wrestled, and I was good enough to play varsity, but varsity limits, weight restrictions. I'm like, chill. I rather just did JV. So I did JV. I was on a streak. I was winning all my matches. Saying I was living life. Life was good. You know what I'm saying? So then I don't know. For some reason, we got this match. I ended up putting my the uniform. I put it on backwards to begin with, so it
Oh, nah.
already started off bad.
Nah.
So I didn't realize that because how it works is it's kind of like NBA walkouts. It was like they kind of make a tunnel. I didn't realize that until I took my jacket. I'm like, oh, this is backwards. Oh, and I was like, yo, quick think. I was like, oh, everybody's coming close to me. Maybe I could just slide. Everybody saw that, and for some reason, everybody moved backwards. And I was trying to just switch it real quick. My coach came up to me. He almost choked me. I was like, dang, bro. So then I had to go out there and wrestle the person with the uniform backwards.
Wait, because I'm thinking about it. You talking about the jumpsuit
The
one?
singlet, yeah.
Yeah. So you had a G-string on, bro.
Wait, the reverse?
Yeah.
It was maroon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the other side was the white, or was
No,
it still maroon?
it was just the union was on backwards. It was just on my back instead of on my front.
Oh, I thought you was wearing the one where you had to like. I was
Nah,
thinking-
no,
yeah,
no,
I was about to say, oh, now you went out there crazy.
Wow, wow.
I'm not
No.
gonna lie. If I was your opponent, you won, bro. Nah. You look like you about to be a foul play
The
match.
name was just on the back. So then I was like, I ended up going back there. I ended up losing, and it's like, dang, I took like 3-4 L's, and then now I'm like, I get off. I'm like, my coach is like, you wrestled good out there. I'm like, I just lost in front of. And mind you, for some reason, everybody came to this match today.
Yeah, he first
Before,
lost
and
for the
nobody
whole
was in it.
school.
I know people in my next class tomorrow. I'm like, dang, now I got people asking me questions like, what happened? I was like, don't even want to talk about it, bro. Just take my L and keep moving in peace. It was crazy.
I think that's the worst thing about being like sports at a school, and the people want to talk to you about like the L, try to be funny. Like, bro, don't talk to me about it. Like, I don't feel good about this right
Taking
now.
L in school is crazy.
Taking the L,
You
no.
gotta wait till somebody else get an
Yeah.
L for them to forget about the L. That you
I think
just
taking
took.
the L in sports and maybe having a significant other on the sidelines, because when you take that L,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
everybody looking at her. I'm like, chill,
That's
chill,
your
chill,
mans?
chill,
Yeah,
chill.
shit, man.
We so yo, when you used to hoop, bring your girl to the park. What? He leave terrible game like, hey, that's your man's though. Like,
You really sat here and watched them outside.
that's all right though.
To kind of push forward, what since we've been talking about our L's that we've taken, what is a crazy L that you've seen someone else take?
Uh,
Oh, I got one. Even I don't think it's that crazy, but it's top tier. Like, bro been flexing his newly brought car that he had the whole time, bro. He been flexing this thing for a minute, right? So we was sitting by the cams. I was doing security, and we was sitting by the cams. Bro looked at the we was looking at the cam. Like I wasn't looking really, but we was by the cams, and then he was like, "Yo, that's your car." And we seen live action, bro, car get repoed. And this is something that he been like, like the way he was flexing that car, it was like, all right, you doing too much, bro. And just to see him try to run out there for his repo car, it was pretty funny. That was a funny.
He just got it.
He got it probably like, I could say a month.
How you missed the
How
first
you
payment?
behind-
Bro, that's another thing.
How you already behind on his payments after all?
That
month?
little book.
If you get the first,
You couldn't afford it. What the heck?
I think it was like the first payment he didn't put
That's
in. Like,
crazy.
I got an L. It's not really like a major L that I've seen, but it's like a funny L. Like, so my boy. So yeah, Tan got it. Yeah, so Tan, we about to go to church. Like, we about to go to church. Like, mind you, we played the game. We was waiting for
Tan
Sunday
takes so
school.
many L's.
We went for Sunday school, so we was like, yeah, we could, at the time we was walking to church because, you know, it was like right there. So we played the game until like 10:30. I'm like, all right, Sunday school time. Go to Sunday school. So this time we played the game. He fell asleep. He woke up. Then he was like, all right, let's go. So he walks out the door, like, you know, and then we walk like, I want to say a block down. And then he's like, I don't got my phone. I'm like, so I'm looking back. I'm like, yo, we almost here. So he's like, you want to walk back? He was like, yeah. So we get all the way back. First of all, he calls his phone, right? He calls his phone. His phone goes to voicemail, and he's like, yo, come open the door. I don't have my phone. And then his voicemail's like, yeah, it's 10. I can't get to the phone. He's like, oh. So that's L1 for him. And the second L, we got inside, and he's turned up his room. And then he's like, yeah, I can't find my phone. Then he's like, yo, man, it's all right, bro. He goes in the fridge, and his phone is in the fridge. So he's just like looking at his phone, and he just starts screaming, oh. So me and Kay look, we're like, what happened? He said, yo, my phone was in the fridge. So I'm like, all right, yeah.
First, like,
It's, I don't know, bro. You need to go to this Sunday school and second service today, bro. You need to go today. So we just ended up going to church after that, and we was late too. And then Kendall's looking at us like, yo, like, come on, my brother, why you late? I'm like, bro, we have been on time.
Circumstances.
it's funny. I don't even know how big, if this even considered like a major L for someone. But so senior year, we was playing basketball. Well, for the basketball team. But you know, in high school, especially high school sports, when you with your friends, like, you just do dumb stuff. So he just went a whole nother level. So we was in the lunch line, and you know, like this, you know, the sandwich line.
Yeah.
And so the sandwich lady, she like smacked his sandwich on top of the counter. He was like, am I about to take this out? So he grabbed the sandwich and threw it at the lunch lady.
No way.
He threw the sandwich
Nah,
at
that's
the lunch
crazy.
lady. I'm like, not the lunch lady, bro.
The sweetest lady.
We're like, not the lunch lady.
Nah, that's L lunch
That's
lady.
the L for the lunch lady.
Yeah, the L lunch lady.
He was like, nah. He took it, picked it up, and smacked her with it. I was like, bro, you bugging. So then he had to get suspended multiple times. Well, for multiple days, obviously. So like he had missed mad games for basketball. I'm like, bro, like we needed you. Like, he was like, I don't know, man. He came back to school, did some other stupid stuff again, got suspended again. I'm like, bro, like, what's up with you? He was like, yo, man, I can't. He said one side says one thing, the other side the other. He's like, I just gotta listen to one of the sides. So I'm like, bro, like, you good? He was like, yeah. And then he comes back again, got suspended again. I'm like, bro, I don't know what to tell you, bro.
You're not part of the roster anymore. I'm sorry.
He's not part of the team. Coach had to kick him off the team. I'm like, bro, for what? So it's like,
Now that first one a little crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm hungry. You only got one period to eat lunch. You gonna slam my sandwich? Nah, you gotta redo that.
but to throw it at her face though.
Throwing that at the team.
Nah, throwing it at her face is
I know if I was gonna say, I probably would have fought him. Not gonna
She
lie.
did it. She did it with an attitude though.
She did with attitude, yeah.
Hervé, you got one before I slide to the next question.
Man, my bad. I actually don't have anything for like other people, but I ain't share my L, so I guess I'll do that. I feel like my biggest L was like my lifestyle between the ages of 18 and 21. Like the gist of it, like at the end of it all, I got kicked out of school with a 1.5 GPA with like 80 credits already done.
Damn.
So it's just like, yo, that's a big hole, you know, like. So got kicked out of school, got no money in my bank account. I was in collections for Verizon because we had like the house that we was living at. We had a
Files?
yeah, Fios. I was the account owner, and then once I dipped out, dude stopped paying. So it was in collection, like nothing. So my credit score like in a 580s, 590s. Yeah. So I feel like, you know, during that 3-year span, you know, I was just living it up, you know, partying, selling weed, slaying chicks, you know, like everything.
Supposedly they used to call him Hervé. That's the word on the block. That's all. That's just what I
It's
heard.
a high school. It's actually a high school nickname. Yeah. Yeah, like I feel like I think I feel like it stemmed from after my uncle died. My uncle got murdered, and then like I went into like a depression. But my outlet was, you know, partying, and my outlet was, you know, doing all these things. But it's like you don't even realize that you're trying to self-medicate doing all these things because of something that happened. Because I started off first semester, and I'm still like having fun, but like I had a 3.5 my first semester, made Dean's List, first semester in college. Even though like in my first science lab, I was kind of intimidated, but I'm like, yo, like I could still make it. You know, I still did what I had to do, ended with a 3.5. But after my uncle died, got murdered, I pledged, and then from there it just went downhill. And then like from there I was never able to recover. So at the end of it, December 2016, I get the letter like yo, you've been academically dismissed. And I'm like, bruh, I don't know what to do.
Sheesh.
So that was like December 2016. But I can honestly say that even though those 3 years was the biggest L of my life, I feel like that, like, it also served as the biggest lesson, because I feel like that was like, it kind of, I feel like that period of my life helped me be more in tune with my faith. You know, just like, because I really understand like what's really out there. And so it's like when I read the word and I really understand like why the Lord says not to do this or not to do that, or why he says like communicate with me. Because I understand that like, yo, a lot of the habits that we do is really just trying to self-medicate. But truly, like, you can medicate yourself by having that relationship with the Lord. So I feel like a lot of those things, because I've experienced a lot, so it's like I feel like experience is always the greatest teacher, you know. So that's why I always say like yo, like I've been there, done that. So I feel like even though it was biggest L, also biggest lesson. So now I can say like yo, like my credit score is like, you know, way above like what 777 8 around there, you know. I graduated with magna cum, whatever they call it, you know, in bio, you know, and you know I'm married now, we got a kid, you know, so and I'm working, so it's like I feel like all of like I needed that the tough
L's.
times to really just
Major L's turn to major
Wins.
win major W. So I feel like I needed those L's in order to even be where I'm at, like in this moment. So yeah.
Definitely agree with that. With that, my last question. We're gonna end on this question. If you could go back to your freshman year in high school and say one thing, what would you say to yourself?
One thing to say? Oh, don't go to the cookout. Don't go to the cookout. It may not make sense now, but when the time comes, don't go to the cookout. And that's it.
It's crazy.
Gotta let them know. But what?
For me, it would be start playing the piano. Where I started in 11th grade, and I was doing some like good progress, but when I went to Essex County, I'm thinking like, yeah, man, I'm about to do this community college, learn here, then go to Willie P. But I kind of lost like thrill. I'm like, yo, I'm broke, bro. I need a job. Like this piano shit not cutting it for me. I should have started a little bit earlier so I could at least have better understanding. And I kind of lost like the fire to even learn. So it would have been like play piano more.
For me, it'd be like know yourself. I feel like as men, it's really hard for us to really pinpoint how we feel in the moment. And because of that, I feel like it causes us to do a lot of stupid stuff. Like in high school, like did mad stupid stuff. But that's because it's like I was acting out of an emotion that I didn't even know what that emotion was. So I feel like just if I knew myself a bit more, I'd make more sound decisions. So, yeah.
I say similar to what you said, be okay with being yourself. Kind of like what I was saying before, kind of ride the wave of what everyone's doing. It's funny. I was thinking back at it, I'm like, I'm really an idiot. Like, so I have glasses. But glasses wasn't really cool growing up, right? So I would intentionally not wear my glasses
And be blind.
and I can't see the board.
That was me.
I'm not gonna hold you.
I really couldn't see the board, so some stuff I didn't get to learn because I couldn't see. I was like,
Out here
Yo.
flying.
Yo, that's why in high school I was taking algebra 2 freshman year, and I came like they get the midterm progress reports. I had like a D or something. And I'm like, yo, honestly, I can't see the board. They took me to the doctor's, get glasses right away. But I just can't see the board.
oh yeah, move me up, like let me sit in the front.
But you're not trying to sit in the front because you're trying to act up in the back with your friend. Yo, it's crazy.
That's funny. I did that too. Like, bro, I did not wear glasses in school. Even though I wore glasses my whole life. I didn't wear glasses in school and I didn't wear them on the field. So I couldn't even see. Half the time, I'm just running into people, bro. I can't even see the ball. Can't see the quarterback eyes.
The other day, I was like, yo, all through high school, I was no glasses. I was school, no glasses, hoop, no glasses. I was like, all right.
Nah,
Like, they're like, yo, how'd you get that pass through? I'm like, to who?
bro,
It
I never wore
sucks.
glasses, bro, during school. The only time I started, and then when I finally do get glasses, that's when I start wearing them too much. And then I'll hop on the court and them shits would break. And then it'll be like another 3 years before I get glasses
Yo,
again.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
and my contacts are expensive as well, and I have a high astigmatism. So it's like, yo, I got to a point where like I'm on the field, like playing, and I'm like, bro, I really can't see. So I had to take an L, go to the doctor, and get these ugly goggles. I still got them to this day.
Dude got the
They're hard. It's like these Amari Stoudemire goggles, but they're not stylish at all.
Oh yeah.
But it's like, bro, like that's the only money that my parents, like, that's what they could afford, and I needed it to see. But it's like, yo, in the time I was so self conscious, but now I don't give a, I don't care.
I think there's certain. I'm gonna say this. My bad. There's certain L's I feel like we don't need to take though. Like bro, this like we watch people take L's all day.
For
So
real.
like this certain L's, just like, bro, you should not be taking this L because you just watched somebody
Yeah.
like
that L.
take this L. So there's no reason why you should want to experience the L yourself. You know
I
what
feel like
I'm
people
saying?
that get tickets on the parkway after seeing someone just get pulled over is L. Like, why?
Yeah.
that's one thing, but it could be a mad plethora of things. It could be like talking to somebody's girl. Like you just watch somebody get beat up for talking to somebody's girl. Like you know this girl in a relationship, you want to risk your life over a girl you're not about to marry. That just don't make no sense, bro. Like there's just certain L's. It's just like, bro, just watch how people live, and if you see the mistakes they're making, just don't make it. Like I think certain things is just that simple. But you know, I understand sometimes we want to experience stuff for ourselves, but then we realize when we get into it, it's really not worth it. Like was it really worth it just to have the experience and say you did something that you know wasn't beneficial at the end of the day?
Pain is the ultimate teacher for a reason, man.
I guess, yeah. Some of us are that hard headed. So
So crazy out. But okay. I hope you guys at home like actually sat down and like, you know, figured out, hey, yeah, what was my biggest L? How did I like combat it, and like, you know, how did I get over it? Because yo, that ain't a funny thing to take. But with that being said, we thank you guys for coming. You know, we appreciate you guys for coming. It's always fun having you guys on the show.
Finally, all three of them together.
You know, we finally got all three of you guys together.
Life is crazy, man.
Yeah.
It took like what, 4 years?
Something like that.
But with that being said, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of DVD. Stay different by default. DVD, you know me.
You're gonna get that man.
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold